Beauty and fashion meant a lot to American women in the 1960s. With the popularity of bands such as the Beatles, the cultural phenomenon of the British invasion began in 1964. The United States was enthralled with the music, fashion, and culture of the United Kingdom. American women became obsessed with the look of the British mod, a style worn by supermodels such as Twiggy. Twiggy was the it girl of the 60s, appearing in American publications such as Vogue, Cosmopolitan, and 17, showcasing her blonde pixie cut and thin frame in the latest mod fashions. Her main signature, however, was the doll-like eyes, which would become the default makeup style of the 60s. This is the look I am going to be recreating. I'm going to start out by applying some concealer onto my eyelid to even out my skin tone and provide a good base for the eyeshadow and eyeliner to stick onto. Then I'm going to use an eyeshadow which matches my skin tone over the concealer, just to set it into place. Now I'm going to take a dark brown gel eyeliner and begin to draw a new crease onto my eye. Twiggy always drew her crease on slightly above her natural crease, as this creates the illusion of a bigger, more open, doll-like eye. I am going to use a black eyeshadow and go over the gel eyeliner just to set it into place and to deepen up the colour. I am using a small angled brush which will allow for the precise application of the eyeshadow. Next I am taking more concealer on a flat rounded brush to do a technique called cutting the crease. This involves precisely lining around the crease of the eye, or in this case our new drawn on crease. This will create a sharp contrasting colour between the crease colour and the bright coloured eyeshadow I am going to apply on the lid. Twiggy used this technique as it can make the eyes appear more open. Now I'm going to fill in the lid with my chosen eyeshadow colour. Twiggy mostly wore a white or neutral colour eyeshadow on her lid. However, it was not uncommon to see women wearing coloured pastel eyeshadow in the 1960s. Popular colours in the 60s included powder blue, which Twiggy donned on the odd occasion, or lilac. I am being very precise in my application to keep that stark contrast between the lid and the crease I mentioned earlier. Now starting with the face, I am applying a makeup primer which will smooth out any skin texture to help create that natural, smooth, matte base that 1960s women loved. For the base, I have chosen a foundation that provides a natural finish. Women in the 1960s always opted for a flatter, matte look, foregoing any shimmer or sheen in their base products. Next I am using a concealer on any areas which need slightly more coverage than the foundation. I am also going to apply the concealer to the under eye area, as this can cover any darkness under the eyes, while adding a brightness that will help to create that wide-eyed look. I then applied a matte, high coverage powder all over the face to set all of the cream and liquid makeup in place. Eyebrows in the 1960s were kept reasonably natural. They would often contrast with the stark boldness of the eye makeup. I am using a hard, thin eyeliner pencil to fill in any sparse areas of my natural brow and to create a slightly neater shape without any harsh lines. I am now applying a white cream eyeliner to the lower waterline. This was a popular makeup technique used in the 60s to make the eyes appear brighter. Twiggy always applied a line of brown eyeshadow under her lower lash line, next to the white eyeliner. This creates a shadow which makes the eyes appear more deep set. I am using a medium brown eyeshadow and a flat eyeliner brush to precisely apply this line. Now I'm taking an ink black eyeliner and drawing a line across my lash line. This will help to hide the band of the fake eyelashes I am going to apply later on. I am applying some mascara onto my natural eyelashes to deepen them up so they blend well with the fake eyelashes. The brand of mascara I am using here is Maybelline, a popular brand for 1960s women. However, mascara back then usually came as a block of black cream held in a cardboard box, which came with a spoolie brush for application. Now it's time for some fake eyelashes. Before the 1960s, makeup artists would apply individual fake eyelashes to the lash line to create a natural look. However, the 1960s was the time in which dramatic fake eyelashes became popular. Twiggy would use thicker black eyelashes to create a doll-eyed look. Another popular makeup technique of the 60s, and always worn by Twiggy herself, was drawing black vertical lines on the lower lash line to mimic the look of fake eyelashes, and to add to the doll-like effect. To achieve this, I am using a small detail brush and deep black eyeshadow. On top of the drawn-on eyelashes, bottom fake eyelashes were always used to make the look more dramatic and to make the bottom lashes look more intense. On the picture of Twiggy, from which I took my inspiration from, she was not wearing any highlighter or blusher. However, she was wearing a fair amount of bronzer, on the forehead but mostly on the cheekbones. Twiggy used bronzer to add dimension and warmth back into the face, after using such a matte foundation and powder. For this, I used a warm-toned matte bronzer on a fluffy brush which disperses the powder evenly without leaving any harsh lines. I am taking a cool-toned matte bronzer and applying this just under my cheekbones. Cool-toned face powder creates the illusion of a shadow just underneath the cheekbones, which makes them appear more prominent. The popular choice for lip colour in the 60s was a nude pink. Women would usually keep the lips natural to avoid overdoing the face, as the eyes were so dramatic. I am first using a lip pencil close to my natural lip colour to outline my lips. Lip shapes of the 60s were always natural too, never overlined or overdone. And finally, for lipstick, I have chosen a light dusky pink. I chose a lipstick that has a slight sheen, as Twiggy never chose a completely matte lip. The lip always had a slightly glossy look. After all of them steps, This is the final 1960s makeup look.